Warning, today's episode is for entertainment purposes only. Enjoy. This is today's setup. We got some salmon, we got some beef, we got some chicken, and we got some eggs. Got my bodybuilding meals like I'm fucking Ronnie Coleman up in this bitch. Now, being fully honest with you, about 99.99% of the time I don't eat healthy, but when I do, I try to choose almost, I'd say like 100% protein, right? Because it's like, well, I guess there's protein, there's fat in this. There's like not any carbs, because I'd say about 90% of my diet is like all carbs, which is actually very terrible for you. Also, look at my chair. I found these stickers. I didn't pay for one of these stickers. I just kind of like found them places and stuck them on my chair. In today's episode, I'm going to answer the question, can you live inside of the truck, especially in California? Can you say if you're like a 19 and 18-year-old kid who just got your first brand new truck, you went ahead and just got your first brand new truck, you went ahead and you bought yourself a camper, can you say if you live in Utah or if you live in Idaho, can you just waltz your way, can you just pack everything up in the back of your truck and drive from Idaho or Utah all the way down to California and just set up shop and just live out here? Unequivocally, the answer is yes. The answer, like, there's literally no. Now, what I don't want you to do, what I do not want you to do, is go online and start searching for things and like going on Pinterest and like going on all of these websites of like typing in, oh, can you live in your truck legally in California, and start asking these questions, because the people who are going to give you the answer don't live in a setup like this. The people who are going to say no, lawmakers or the police or the government or this and that, doesn't allow you or doesn't want you to live inside of your vehicle. You need to understand two things. Is that, well, maybe you're 17 3/4, which is the driving limit for your thing, but most likely you're an adult. You are an adult and you can make your own decisions. And outside of that, it's just like, are you gonna tell a freaking wild bear that he can't freaking live in a cave because he needs to pay his taxes? It's like, well, we only have one earth, we only have like one place to like live at, and it's just like, how are you gonna dictate of like how I am going to live in my situation? So I've been like doing this for what, 3 months? Coming up on like 3 months, I've been like living inside of my truck. And there has been some problems with it, because I did, park up in that parking space for like a long time. And then like I woke up to like, oh, my truck going like that. And then I opened my thing and then it was like a tow truck, and I told him to fuck off, and then he fucked off, and like granted, like it was like I parked up in like a place like this for like a while, and then like they were gonna, because like that's their kind of job. It's like if they see a vehicle that is parked there for like 3 days, it's like legally like they can go ahead and take it. But it's just like, how are you gonna take my vehicle if I'm inside of it? I was actually talking to this dude in like a minivan who came from New Mexico. And I was organizing all of my stuff in the back of my truck, right? And then he came up to me and he was like, hey, man. He was just like, I'm from New Mexico, man. And like, he was like this young kid. I think he was like 19 or 20 years old. And he came up to me and he was asking, he was just like, hey, bro. It was just like, if I park out here, are they going to tow me away? And I was just like, well, 99% of the time, no. Like, that was like a rare thing that happened to me. But the thing is that you are inside of the vehicle, and when that, like, there's like these things that kind of like hook up to to like the tires, and when it like it will wake you up, and then you will be able to like get the fuck away from my vehicle. Like, you're gonna be able to stop him, okay? And like, like I was like so glad that he came to me, and I was like able to kind of calm him down a little bit, because if you watching this, like say if you don't want to be, like a personality or a YouTuber, and you just want to live inside of your vehicle, it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with living inside of your vehicle. The only like wrong things about it is that it does feel a little bit weird. It feels weird. Like I'm still getting used to it, and I've gotten so much better at it. I've gotten so much more comfortable of living my life of how I want to, living in the back of my truck full time. There's no apartment. There's nowhere I go to hide away. There's no house. There's no escape for me. Like, this is my full-time living situation, which I set up. Like, I earned this. I worked for this. I paid the $45,000 for this Ram 1500 2021. I bought that camper. It's just like, this is my world. And like, granted, yes, I am showing it to you guys, and like I want to give people freedom. I want to give people freedom because it's just like, I hope that it's me, but sometimes it's just like, oh my God, it's like you want to do something. You want to like go ahead, like, oh my God, I want to open a business. Or in this case, you want to go ahead, oh my God, if I could just live inside of my truck and work a job, oh my God, I would be making so much money. I would be able to say, like, especially with like the Gen Zs or the Gen X, the brand new people. It's like, when it comes to buying a house, I was thinking of this for myself, and I was being as realistic. Oh no, you can get an FHA loan, you can only put 3.5% down. This and that, all this bullshit, which is, you're correct. You can do that. But I'm talking about being as realistic as possible, getting what I want, because I was looking at, like, if I want to get a house, right? If I want to, like, move forward, like, this is like a numero, like step number one. And like, if I want to have, like, I would probably still live in this, but I would have like a property that's mine where I can come and like take vacations at, or like whatever. The point is just buying a normal ass house that's maybe on maybe like an acre, maybe like 2 acres on, like, that's my property. If I want to buy that, being realistic, the only thing that I'm going to buy is a house that is newer, a newer house that's like built in like 2024 or something, like a brand spanking new house. Because, buy yourself the thing, buy a fixer-upper, right? Buy a fixer-upper. No, do not buy a fixer-upper. If you buy a house that's in like 1973 or maybe like 1950s or something like that, it's just like, granted, you're paying what, $600,000 for the house on like an acre of property. It's just like, but then you're gonna have to bust down an extra $200,000 to fix the plumbing, to fix the roof, to fix the electrical. Like, it's not gonna be worth it. It's just like, you're literally just fucked yourself. It's like, so for me, it's like, I'm gonna buy me a brand spanking new house so I don't have to deal with all that shit. That's gonna cost me approximately $850,000. Being as realistic on paper as in concrete, talking to the people inside of the bank, like getting the realtor, all that shit, being realistic, like what I need is going to cost me about $850,000. Oh, 3.5%. Yeah, that's very cute. It's going to cost me about $160,000 down. So what that means is that I need to save up for my job $160,000 from me, coming from my paychecks. $160,000. and then I'm going to take all of that money and then give it down to the bank so they pay for the rest of the $850,000. Because the reason why you want to put like 20% down is because you're going to get a low mortgage rate. A mortgage is like rent. So you're going to get a low rent rate. Like granted, yes, you can put $40,000 down, but your mortgage rate, your rent is going to be like $3,800 per month. So being as realistic, like I need like $160,000 down. And you know, there's like a lot of people in that situation of like this upcoming generations. It's like we are all screwed. So this is almost like a mandatory like thing. Like, you know, like, because I own that. No one can, you know, I guess if I park in like a public space, you know, but I'm inside of it. It's like, how are you going to take it like when I'm inside of it? Like, I'm smart. I'm not just going to leave my truck here and then go waltz off somewhere else like I did with my other car that I got repossessed. Because, like, granted, I haven't missed one payment. All the payments are, like, I've been paying them. I stop on this, but I had a different vehicle that was, like, 2015 Ford Fusion, and, like, I was, like, 3 months behind. I was 3 months behind. And like they're calling me, fucking like sending me emails and everything like that. And I walked away from the vehicle, and as soon as I walked away from the vehicle, they came and repossessed the vehicle. They can't repossess this vehicle because like I've been paying them, you know. And this one is tracked on my phone. So say if like somebody comes up and steals my vehicle, it's like on my phone. And I don't have my phone on me right now. But the point is that it's tracked right now, and it's like a free app. That like, you know, like I can just show the police, hey, here's the app, and then like go get my truck back. Goodbye. Oh yeah, and I didn't mention, I did fix my tires. I did work. It didn't deflate again. And I put them all at like 50, between 50 and 51 PSI. You know that money begets money, so naturally, me has to blow a couple stacks, has a